everybody. This is Sarah Griffith. I wanted to make you a short video today to answer questions that I get all the time in my Instagram DM inbox about becoming one of my clients. So, what I did is I actually pulled my audience last week and I said, hey, what are some common questions that you have if you have ever considered becoming a client of mine? So, becoming a challenger in my challenge group. And I got back some really great questions. So, today, in no apparent order, I'm just going to answer some of them because these were the ones that I saw all the time. These were the common ones. So the first question was, do you have to drink Shakeology? And that was a question I myself had personally when I was getting started. My coach said, I can't make you do anything, but I can tell you that that's how I got my best results. And so what she encouraged me to do was to go all in with the challenge pack and to try it. She's like, how do you know you don't like it if you've never tried it? Or how do you know that it's not going to help you with your sugar cravings if you don't give it a chance? And so I was at a place where I really wanted results and I was willing to do whatever it took to get into her group. So I did get Shakeology. I did get a challenge pack, and that's how I got started. And I got started with the intention that I would never drink it again. I just wanted it in her group. So I was like, just going to buy it. I'm never going to use it again. The problem, if you want to call it a problem, was that I started to drink it and I started to really like it. And so then I stuck with it. And here I am 6 years later. I still incorporate it into my routine each day. It helped me to eliminate my daily trips to Starbucks for white mochas. And it helped me with my salt cravings, like my sugar cravings, all of those things. So I'm going to tell you, you need to probably give it a chance. You need to see, is it helping you get results? If you do it for a month or two and you're like, it's not working for me, then it's not for you. But you won't know until you try. And I really would hate to see you go all in and really commit to a fitness program, a group, nutrition, and be missing a piece of our toolbox that I feel like is really important. So to answer your question, no, you do not have to drink Shakeology to be in my groups, but it's going to help you get better results. So just my 2 cents. That is your decision based off of your willingness to try, your own nutritional needs. Some of you have allergies and can't do it or whatnot, and your budget, honestly. So that's my 2 cents on Shakeology. The next question was, what are some good options for beginners? What are some good programs? My favorite program for me that was really great as a beginner was Lift 4. And the reason why I liked this program was because there were lots of modification options, but I liked it because it wasn't 7 days a week. It was only 4, and the workouts were like 30 to 35 minutes. And I needed this because when I came back to working out after having my third baby, I wasn't in a place where I could work out every day. So I didn't like the feeling of doing a program that did require me to work out every day, because when there were days that I couldn't, I didn't want to feel defeated or have my confidence knocked down because, I missed the workout. So my advice personally would be to pick a workout program that's not every day as a beginner, and then work your way up to the ones that are 6 days a week, 7 days a week. But I think doing a program like Lift 4 is a really great start for a beginner, or even right now I'm doing Bar Blend. That's like incredible. I love that it's so low impact, and those workouts are like 30 to 35 minutes, and they are also 5 days a week. So again, you have 2 days off to rest. So that's my 2 cents. Same with intensity level. I would not recommend a program that is like, if you're really out of shape, I would not go for something that's super high impact, super high cardio. I would work my way towards getting there. The best way to pick a program is to tell your coach where you are as far as weight loss goals. What's your nutrition look like? What do you actually enjoy? Like, if you love yoga, you need to tell them that. If you've never worked out a day in your life, to tell them that. If you are the cardio queen, tell them. These coaches, particularly myself, I've been doing this business now for 6 years. There's not a Beachbody program that has come out that I haven't done since I started. So I really, I'm not just going to try to sell you the most current one because it may not be the best fit for you. So talk to your coach or your future coach about your goals and yourself, and they can help you pick which program's best. So that's my 2 cents on beginner options. As far as somebody asked a question, what type of equipment do you use and what type of space do you need to have? So the point of Beachbody is obviously at home workouts so that you can stream them in your home. Sometimes my clients are limited to space and they can't work out at home, meaning that they actually take their device and they stream it at the gym. So depending on what your space looks like, that is an option too. But you don't need a ton of space. A lot of clients will do it in their living room in front of the TV. Some take it to their basement. Some have a room in their house that's like a guest room and they'll do it there. In the summertime, because I can take this wherever I go, I love taking my workout outside on the back porch, and I like to do it out there. It makes my sweat more because it's hot out, and it's just nice to get out and connect with nature. So those are all things to keep in mind. You don't have to do it in the same place every time, and it's great when you're traveling too. So space-wise, you do not need much. I would say make sure the area is clean. I work out in my basement, so that's where I always have worked out, in the basement. It's not even a finished basement, but that's where I go, and that's where my workouts happen. As far as equipment goes, each program is going to vary. So some of them will need certain things that others won't. But here's what I'm going to tell you. 6 years in, a lot of programs in, I mostly always need a yoga mat. So a yoga mat and typically a light and a heavy set of weights. Now, the amount of weight is going to depend on where you are in your journey, which program you're doing. Like for example, bar blend, a light and heavy set of weights means 1 pound and 4 pounds. Whereas if I'm doing lift 4, it could mean 8 pounds and 15 pounds. So that's where the amount of weights are going to vary and change, but you don't need like a full set. I know some people are like, I don't have a full set of weights like my gym has. That's okay. You don't need it. You need a little tiny bit. Sometimes you'll need bands or sliders, but again, you're going to know the answer to that based off the program that you choose, and your coach will tell you, hey, these are the materials that you're going to need. Okay? Now, somebody asked what happens in the challenge groups. So in the challenge groups, that is your home. That's your accountability place. As much as I want to tell you that I'm going to track you down and send you a message on Instagram and ask, how's your day going? And I do try to do that sometimes, but like you have to understand that I do have a lot of clients and I am very busy. And so my clients get me in the challenge group. You're not going to get me all the time through a text or an email or a message or whatever. Like you'll get me sometimes that way, but every day you will get me in the challenge group. I post in the challenge group every day. I post my own workout there. I make an effort to provide you with content in the challenge group every day, but also to cheer you on. That's my job. So if you look through our challenge group, you will see every day I comment on your stuff. I see you making, progress, and I see you when you have questions, and I try my best to answer them. So that is not a role that I have outsourced. I know sometimes people think that this long in the business, surely she's not still running her own challenge groups. The answer is yes. It's me. I'm really your coach. I'm really checking in with you in the group. So that is what happens there. You also see other women logging their workouts. I say women because my clientele is primarily all women. Beachbody workouts are certainly for men and women, but my customers who I tend to attract are all women. So my groups are all women groups. So anyways, you're going to see their content too. So you'll see them posting pictures of their workouts, their meals, their questions. It really becomes a place for you to make some virtual friends and have some other people who understand your situation. Sometimes it's hard when you're doing a fitness program and you're like, no one gets it. No one around me and my family or my friends are doing something like this. And so this is your chance to have people who are going through the same thing with you. As far as how long do I have access to the workouts, that's going to depend on how you decide to purchase this. If you decide to do a year, which is it makes the most sense financially. It's actually the cheapest route is to do a challenge pack and get it for the year. You will have access to the programs from the day you buy for 365 days. So it's 1 year. Or some of you will do the quarterly option. It's actually more expensive to go that route, but you can pay quarterly. So that's not a challenge pack. That's just getting access to the BOD library. Again, that's not getting any of our Shakeology stuff, our performance line. It's just bare bones. Here's the workouts. So that is, I think that answers that question. Cost. Most people want to know cost-wise. So if you do a challenge pack, typically there's always some type of promo happening, and the most affordable option is usually $160. Typically, that $160 will get you Beachbody on Demand for the year, which will be the workouts and then the nutrition guides for our programs. And you will also get typically, they'll choose a month of Shakeology or a month of the performance line, which would be Energize and Recover, which is our pre and post workout. So, depending on your goals, your preferences, that kind of decides which challenge pack you pick. There are other options. So 160 is like your bare bone price. You can go up depending on your budget, depending on what you want to get. So I have some people who are like, I can barely afford the 160, and then I get some who are like, I need all the things. So they get all the things. So depends on you, depends on your budget. If you don't want to get a challenge pack, again, you can have digital access to the workouts for the year. That's just $99. Or you can do the quarterly payment option. So those are also options for you. Somebody asked, a lot of people ask this, do I have to take selfies? I see you taking selfies. I see you posting videos of your workouts on Instagram. Do I have to do that? No, not at all. There's an option to log your workout in the app that we use, which is called the My Challenge Tracker app. It does not require a picture. You can just say, did my workout. You can say whatever you want and be done. But I find that some of my clients like posting it on their social media. They like posting the videos of their workout, not even because they're coaching, just because it's proof that they showed up and they need that. Sometimes people need to put it out there to stay accountable. So that's an option, but no, you don't have to take selfies. Somebody asked, does it come with meal plans? No, yes and no. Almost every program will have some sample meal plans for you to take a look at and see as a guide. But what you'll find is that they have a nutrition plan that's a suggestion, meaning that they'll tell you, here are some recommended food choices. And the reason being is because if I make a meal plan, it's going to look nothing like the foods that you want to eat. Just like if you make a meal plan, they're not going to look the same because we don't all like the same things. So they're going to give you suggestions of what you can put on your meal plan. With that being said, I have like 6 years worth of meal plans for my size. Some of you are higher up in the calorie bracket and aren't necessarily eating as little as I am or as much as I am or whatever, but I can get you started and really kind of help guide you and help you figure this out and learn how do you want to do meal planning. Because again, even meal planning, the process of doing it, a lot of us do it in different ways. So no, not a like every week, here's your meal plan spelled out kind of way, but yes, and here's what to eat. Here's how many calories you should be having, like really spelling it out and putting it forward for you. There are sometimes some opportunities where you may be a person who says, I'm not as interested in the workouts, but I really need help with the nutrition factor. And that's when my clients will typically step up and take the To Be Mindset course or the Ultimate Portion Fix course because they feel like they need a stronger foundation in nutrition. So that's actually like a course that you take. There's a series of several videos. It's really in depth, but if you have struggled with nutrition for a long time or like emotional eating or binge eating or whatnot, these are courses that are highly recommended for you. And again, those are outside the purchase window of Beachbody On Demand. It's its own separate thing. Okay. Let's see here. The next question was coaching. How long do I have you as my coach? The answer is as long as you're a customer. So as long as you are actively buying something, it can be a tub of Energize, it can be Beachbody On Demand for the year. As long as you are an active customer, I am happy to include you in any of my challenge groups. All you need to do is reach out and ask. So you may go like several months where you weren't in a group, and then you're like, oh, I'm back in the game. Like I want to be in a group. It's very simple. You just send me an email or a DM on Instagram that says, get me into this challenge group and I'm happy to include you. Again, as long as you're an active customer, I am your coach and I'm happy to do that for you. Somebody asked, let's see. Okay. The last question that, I guess I kind of covered this because they were asking about nutrition and do the meal plans come with it. So I answered that last question. So anyways, this is a little bit long-winded. I want to wrap it up because I know that time is important to you, but I just wanted to answer those common questions. Again, I get other questions, but these are like the top ones that I see over and over and over again. So I wanted to make a video so that I could share it with you. You could watch it in case you were having some of those similar questions. Please know that I'm always just a reach out away, whether it's an email or a DM if you have further questions, but you're gonna know when you're ready. I'm not going to push you to be ready, right? Like, so you can watch me on Instagram all you want, and I can invite you 10 times, and you can tell me no 10 times. You have to be the one who makes the decision to do this and to go all in, and it has to be the right timing. Okay, I was that challenger. I was the person who watched my coach for several months. I wanted her lifestyle. I was envious of her early morning workouts. I loved that she ate healthy, but I didn't look like her, meaning that my habits didn't look like hers. And I felt very far away from that. And quite honestly, it was a little bit intimidating. But I knew that at the end of the day, I wanted to be like her. I wanted her habits. And so I had to get to that point where I stopped watching and I finally got curious enough and courageous enough to send her a message and say, I'm thinking about it. She gave me the information and I ran from it, right? She told me the cost. Here's the link. Here's how to get started. And I literally like ghosted her. I was like, oh, I'm not buying that Shakeology. And I ran from it. But then I got to the point, it took me 2 more months where I was like, yeah, what I'm doing is not working. I need a coach. And so I came to that point. It wasn't because she invited me. It wasn't because she harassed me and followed me on social media. It wasn't. It was because I was ready. So I want you to know that I am very much that coach. I don't chase people down. I don't pester you. Why didn't you buy it? Why didn't you get it? I gave you the information. Why are you not challenging it? That's not me. Okay, it's not. I have a lot of clientele. I'm very busy, and while I'm happy to welcome you in and eager to do so, I need this to be on your time. So just know that you should never feel pressured. This should be your decision because that's how you're going to be successful when you're ready to go all in. Thanks for watching. Hope I get a chance to be your coach this year.